Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to your first official online lecture of service marketing. We are going to continue from the previous state. We were through chapter number 4 and we are about to start chapter number 5 when this corona outbreak hit. So let's continue with chapter number 5, and I have already posted the video on service delivery processes, but I actually wanted to combine this part of the lecture with the other ones because I wanted to give you an outline and overview about how you're going to proceed with this chapter. One thing you must remember before you actually start reading this, that I have posted a playlist on the YouTube, which I have already shared with you guys, and what you have to do is you have to watch all those videos, please, and you need to discuss these videos in relation to the service delivery processes when we are going to have our original classes, because it's not only about the theoretical implications of the service delivery process, but you also have to understand the level of innovation, the level of competitiveness that is taking place in the service environment, the service delivery processes in the service world and service sectors. So all those videos that I posted already regarding the airlines, regarding the hospitality industries, regarding the retail sectors, they are all very important, because once you will go through this chapter, you have to actually relate all these concepts with those videos, so it will help you in better understanding for your concepts, and obviously for the implications and for the application. So if I'm going to give you any assignment for the future, if I'm going to give you a quiz or for the final exam, you may have to correlate all the things that we will discuss in this chapter with those actual case studies that I have posted, the video cases, the videos that I have posted online. So please make sure that you watch all those videos, and then you should be able to discuss all those videos in relation to the service delivery processes. Uh, as I discussed, services are basically the processes. Services can सबसे ज़्यादा important चीज़ है वो होती process है. And how are you going to define a process? Basically the combination of different steps which are going to achieve a certain thing at the end, right? For example, if you talk about this university you are studying in, so this university, it has a lot of different processes, and all of these processes, they have a lot of different steps. For example, in order to get an education in this university, you have to have admission first, and admission is a separate process. And once you get the admission, you have to register your courses, and the registration of the courses is a separate process. And then after the registration of the courses, you have to come to the class, and for that you have to take the transportation rules. So establishing a transportation system is a separate process. So there are so many different processes. I mean, if you talk about any other service sector, you will see every service sector is basically composed of various processes, like airline industry. So I have actually shown you the video of Sadiq Gilani, whatever was his name was, and he actually showed you that there are several processes which actually make an airline industry. It starts from dreaming, and then boarding and arriving, and using that service, and then post services and everything. If you watch the video, you can see there were several processes he was talking about. And what service marketing has to do with these process innovation and process management, it's our main job. We are not just there to be a part of those processes. We just want to improve those processes, and we just want to make these processes more convenient for the customer, make these processes less time consuming, make these processes more efficient, more economical, right? So basically, when you talk about a service process delivery or service processes, so we actually are looking forward to identify all the individual processes, and we are trying to improve each and every process so that these processes can be convenient and less lethargic, and more efficient for the customers. So that's basically is the objective of this chapter, and that is basically the objective of all those videos that I shared with you guys. So if you look at all those videos, you are going to use them in this course because they're very much important. For example, you can compare two different processes. Like you can compare the retailing in the real world, that you go to the legacy stores, like you go to a cash and carry, or you go to the market to buy garments, or you go to the market to buy shoes. So basically these are the legacy channels, but at the same time you can compare these legacy channels with Amazon Go technology, in which there is cashless environment, or you can compare them with the Alibaba retailing concept that I shared with you in that video. So what was there, what different thing was there was, they were trying to improve those processes, they were trying to create an innovation, वो इसको improve करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, innovate करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे. So how do they, go about this innovation is when you are able to identify each and every process, each and every step. If you do not know each and every step, there is no way you are going to improve the individual steps. So that's how it is. So this is very much important. So I'm not just going to go through this entire chapter one by one slide, and I'm just going to inform you that where what matters and how this thing is different, and let's see how we are going to figure it out, and let's see if this thing will going to help you out or not. And we will actually can discuss these slides later on in the WhatsApp, so how we can improve that and how different things can happen. Okay, so if you look at this first slide, it's actually talking about the operational competitiveness. So basically, when you talk about the world-class service delivery, it does not happen overnight, and it's not like you can, start a world-class service delivery from the day one. What happens is that you start a service environment and you keep on working them, and you keep on identifying various things, and you keep on identifying various issues, and eventually what happens is that you keep on improving stuff, and by the passage of time you achieve a world-class service delivery. So basically the practitioners, the academics, they have identified that every service organization, they go through operational competitiveness through these four stages. So you start by availability of the service. You can actually look at in the book what this availability of service is all about. It's all about how much you put effort in order to improve that service, how much you put effort into your processes, how much you put effort into your manpower, how much you put effort into your rules and policies and resources. So actually the more you put the effort in, the more you're going to advance towards the other environment. So one thing one you need to understand is that availability of the service, or journeyman, or DCA, or world-class service delivery, it's not actually going to be achieved by everyone. It's not for everyone. For example, if you're just going to a barber shop, बाल कटवाने के लिए जा रहे हो, so you will never see a world-class service delivery there, because there is nothing to offer in the world-class service delivery. That process is so small, that environment is so small, it's a very low contact system, so you will never be able to see a world-class service delivery. But when you compare that barber shop to an airline, or you compare them to a hotel, so you will see there is a very bigger room for a world-class service delivery, because there are so many different processes, so many different things actually interconnected with each other. So when you are reading this chapter, you should keep this thing in mind, that these four stages, they are important, but you are not going to achieve all of them at the same time. You may be stuck at availability of the service for the rest of your life, or you can go towards world-class service delivery. It all depends upon the type of service environment you are actually working in. And